Yo, still bills, what's the diz here, man? Yo, I just left the store. I think gonna give me a McDouble. I kind of feel like being greedy today, my nigga. So I think that's what the fuck I'm about to do. I'm hungry, man. So that's what I'm about to do. And devour that shit before I get home. But peep game, we gotta get into some shit, man. And that's Zurdo versus Joe Smith Jr., man. Hey, that was an entertaining fight. That's just the long and short of it. That was a real entertaining fight. And one thing about the two of them, they're gonna, as long as you're not in a position to control them with the straight shots, work off the jab, and force them to chase you, which in their situation they will be following you. They make entertaining fights, man. I was really impressed with what I saw from Zurdo last night. He came in a lot. Like I don't know, bro. Like this just goes to show just everybody's body isn't the same. You dig? I think Zurdo may have him by about an inch or two. Joe Smith Jr. is about 6 foot. They got Zurdo as 6'2", about I think 6'2.5". They both weighed in at like 190 something and change. It was literally like they were literally around about the same size, man. And Joe Smith Jr. looked a lot more fit. He looked a lot more lean and cut up. Zurdo looked a little bit heftier. Like, damn, bro. Like, I don't know if it was the rehydration. I don't know what he rehydrated back up to. But I'm looking at this dude like, damn, why is he? I don't like. I think Zurdo had the type frame where, like, if you was a regular dude and you wasn't a professional athlete, motherfucker ain't gonna sit there and call you out of shape. You gonna be like, oh, yo, that dude, like, homeboy is in shape. You dig? Like, you could walk around comfortably with your shirt off. You gonna have all the bras swooning all over you and all that. He had that type frame. But the thing is, he's not a regular civilian. He lives the lifestyle of a champion. So I was expecting him to be a little bit more lean and cut up than what he was. Like, he didn't look sloppy or nothing like that. But he also didn't look as fit, and like, his abs wasn't busting through his midsection or nothing like that. You dig? He wasn't as cut up and as lean in the arm area as Joe Smith Jr. was, but but he didn't look. It was just a real weird dynamic. Like, damn, that just really goes to show how just how special the human anatomy is, man. You can weigh in, you can weigh the same as a motherfucker, and the build between the two of you niggas is gonna be completely night and day. I thought that shit was loopy, man. But Joe Smith came out. He came out smoking, man. I don't think. I think he won a lot. I think he won about 3 or 4 rounds. But he came out. He was aggressive. He was forcing Zurdo to back up. I've never seen that. I can't too much recall that, man. Even Bivol didn't have Zurdo working off of the back foot. He didn't. He wasn't. He never retreated. He was kind of. He was in a position to hold his ground because Bivol wasn't necessarily pushing the action like that. He would in spurts, but Bivol is the dude who's looking to counter. He's looking to counter and work behind his straight shots. So he wasn't ever in a position where he had to give up ground. He was giving up ground against Joe Smith Jr. Joe Smith Jr.'s jab is like, it's an active jab. He's not looking to really even land it. He's just flicking it and pumping it and pumping it and pumping it and pumping it. And when he gets you so flustered to where because usually a motherfucker, if you double up on the jab, but you're not looking to land it, you'll flick it 1-1, then you'll step in behind it and throw something solid. That's not necessarily what he was. Just he would flick. He's flicking that motherfucker like 5 and 6 different times and just really keeping your mind working. Like, you got to be sharp to, all right, flick, 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 flick. All right, cool. Now here comes the right, or flick, 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 flick. All right, here comes the hook off of the jab, or flick, 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 flick. All right, now I'm gonna step in with the hard jab. It was weird. It was real weird like that. But he was forcing him to back up. It was forcing him to back up, man. And I'm watching Zurdo. I'm watching the shit that he's doing in there. He's timing them coming in. The uppercut is landing. I'm like, yo, and I think Zurdo was open for the uppercut as well. When Joe Smith Jr. were having pinned on the ropes, I feel like if he had launched the uppercut up the middle, as much as he was throwing them hooks, he throws a lot of hooks. It's no uppercuts. There's no uppercuts. If he'd have launched that, even a lead uppercut, it could have set up some big. It could have set up. I think he would have been a lot more effective with his hooks, because he was really hell bent on landing those hooks, those big looping hooks, those clubbing and lugging hooks, and it wasn't landing as often. He did land some big hooks. He definitely did, but it wasn't as often as he would have liked to. Zurdo was getting up under them joints. But it was a real good fight, man. Zurdo, I was seeing, Zurdo because Joe Smith Jr. You did like I fuck with Joe Smith Jr. But you know you what you get out of Joe Smith Jr. is you're gonna get a workhorse. You're gonna get somebody who's coming in there to fight. You're gonna really have to fuck me up in order for me to stop fighting you. That's what you're gonna get with Joe Smith Jr. You're not getting a pugilist. You're not getting a fundamentally sound fighter. You're not getting that with Joe Smith Jr. You just getting the dude who's coming in there to fuck you up. And if you allow him to fuck you up, he gonna fuck you up. And because of that, when you're in there, you can have a slightly higher, in certain cases, because I think a later Alvarez is a better boxer than Joe Smith Jr. Joe Smith Jr. was able to just go in there and just run him over. So he's been in there with better fighters than him, but his relentlessness was, it was just too much for a lot of them to overcome. But in Zordo's case, what he was able to do in there, I was like, yo, I saw the improvement. The left straight down the pike. I'm looking at that, and not just him throwing the left straight, but him spinning out off of it. Him spinning out off it. Throw the angle, throw the left down the pike, spin out, force him to reset. I saw that a lot, man. I saw a lot of uppercuts up the middle. Yo, pause. I'm at the line right now. Pause. But yeah, man, I'm watching him. I'm seeing the improvements in this game, man. I'm definitely seeing the improvements. I think that Bivol matchup really forced him to be like, nah, like I can't go out like that again because he got badly outclassed in there with Dimitri Bivol. Got badly outclassed. So I think he used. I think this was the perfect fight for him, man, for him to really because this is what you need. You dig after you get violated like that, and you're starting to implement new skill sets into your repertoire. You need somebody who's not maybe on your level or maybe even a few notches below it for you to really get comfortable with using that new shit that you just added to your repertoire. And I think Joe Smith Jr. was the perfect candidate, the perfect comeback candidate for him because they're both coming off of losses and inactivity, man. And I mean, shit. Even Zurdo was supposed to, he was supposed to come back and fight Gabe Rosado, but he came in just far, like just way overweight, just completely just blew the weight, and the fight had to be canceled. So I'm happy he did that though, honestly, because I don't think Gabe Rosado would have made it up out of that fight. Gabe Rosado's, his swan dance song was with Beck the Bully. Salute to you. You got up out of there. You one last hurrah. You retired. I'm cool. And you made it to the 12th round. Zurdo, I think, was just too big for Gabe Rosado. He would have just been too big for Gabe Rosado. And it could have ended badly for him. But, that fight got canceled due to him blowing the way that he blew the weight. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. So they're both suffering from stints of inactivity. And this was the perfect comeback fight for one another, man. They went the distance. Oh shit, I'm pulling up to the window already. Pause. Anywho, like I was saying, they coming back off, both of them stand long stints of inactivity, man. And this was the perfect comeback fight for the both of them, man. And they both, I enjoyed that fight. I enjoyed that fight, man. Y'all can say what the fuck y'all want to say about Joe Smith Jr. I fuck with Joe Smith Jr., man. He's a workhorse. You know what you're getting out of that dude. And he's gonna make it for an entertaining fight. And he did good work in there, man. He was landing short hooks on the inside, but in pot and for the most part, whenever he would find himself in a position where he's outworking Zurdo or he's outlanding him, Zurdo would just open up a little bit more. And all right, if I'm gonna throw a 3 punch combination, I'm gonna land at least one. He's landing to the body a lot more effectively. He's countering effectively. The uppercuts up the middle, all that shit. You dig? Like they both. I enjoyed the fight. Zurdo showed a much higher, level of versatility with his feet, being able to spin and pivot out off the rope, spin out and off, pivot out off of the straight left hand down the pike, force him to reset to get back to the middle of the ring. He showed a lot more of of an arsenal than Joe Smith Jr. did. Joe Smith Jr. was a dude who was just coming in there and just be destructive. But I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. And he has some defense, and like I've seen him get, he gets low up under hooks as well in the pocket. It's kind, he's competent defensively. He's not. He's just, all fighters to a certain degree are defensively competent. Even when you look at somebody like Golovkin, who's not known for his defense whatsoever, as great as he is, he's not known as a defensive, tactician. He just eventually he gets up under shots. Just naturally your body is trained to get up under shots. So and defend yourself, and you defend. Eventually you get tired of catching the shots on the glove, so you move your head, get your head off the line, get your head up under the up under the hooks that's coming your way. And he was able to do that shit. So he was able to rely on that to a certain degree, and it worked for him in his benefit. Because a lot of them shots I feel Zurdo would have landed, it could have been problematic. Because he forced him to tap dance, and a few times in that fight. But as far as the two dudes that he's calling out, you want Canelo and you want a rematch with Bivol, you may as well dead that shit. You may as well dead that shit, bro. You couldn't even make 175 pounds for a comeback fight with Gabe Rosado. You about to make 175 pounds for a rematch with Bivol, let alone 168 for a match with Canelo? It's not happening, man. There's bigger fish to fry, and I just don't think you're deserving of a fight with either one of them two. You can hope for it, you can work for it, you can train for it, and maybe it'll come, but of all the people you call out them two, you're not getting a fight with Canelo. And I think that may have been Oscar De La Hoya's doing, man. I don't know what it is with this dude, Oscar, bro. Actually, I do know what it is, man, but eventually you have to let shit go. Because I remember you was a nigga who was saying, yo, Charlo's going to beat Canelo and yada, yada, yada. Then the day before the fight or 2 days before the fight, you like, it's going to be a mismatch. So you know what time it is, man. You can't be this spiteful, bro. You can't be this spiteful. Every time you get the opportunity to send a shot at Canelo, you send a shot at him. And I have no doubt in my mind that you would stoop to a level to where you would send one of your fighters to do the same thing, bro. Just let it go. Just let it go, my nigga. Just let it go. Zurdo is not getting a fight with Canelo. It's not happening. He damn sure ain't getting a rematch with Bivol. Nobody is going to want to see that fight. Nobody. The best he could do is he'll be heavier. But I don't think Bivol's leaving. Bivol might finish his career at light heavyweight. I don't think he's about to jump up there and fight fucking Zurdo Ramirez at cruiserweight. I don't see that happening. We talk about Canelo jumping up to fight Makabu. I don't think Canelo's going up there to no cruiserweight. I don't see it happening, fam. I just, it's not going to happen. It's, the cruiserweight division is healthy. I know for a fact, I don't think Golden Boy has no cruiserweights, man, but Matchroom, because y'all fight on the same app. I'm sure Matchroom has a boatload of cruiserweights for you to go up there and fight, man. I just don't think you finna go up there and do it. I don't think you finna go up there and fight no goddamn no Jairo Bataya. You're not about to do that. I highly doubt you go up there and you fight Jairo Bataya. Appreciate it. McDouble, I'm finna crash this shit. But you're not gonna go up there and fight no Jairo Bataya. Who else they got over there on the Matchroom side? I was finna say Johnny Fisher. Johnny Fisher's a fucking heavyweight. They have a plethora of come on, my nigga, go. They have a plethora of cruiserweights for you to go over there and pick from, for you to be calling out goddamn Canelo Alvarez and Dimitri Bivol. You're not getting that fight, my guy. It's not happening. So stay in your lane, man. But that's how I'm feeling, man. Y'all let me know what the fuck y'all think, man. I'm about to tear this shit off, yo. Deuces.